Racing in the Manikato. Came away at a good line too, and Sequalo bounced out in front. Sequalo bounced to the lead here from on the outside Clocker, and Elanon just behind those from Street Ruffian, and Hariba wider out is pressing on towards the front. There's about 4 across the track with Street Ruffian going up on the outside, and Hariba putting pressure on Sequalo. Just behind those in that line of 4 now is Clocker, and they're 4 lengths in front now of Elanon, King Marauding, who's over on the inside there, followed for the back of the race by Spanish Mix. Primacy going ahead of it, about 3 then Chemin Fur, Palace Rain and Star of Maple. Inside the 600, Sequalo ahead in front. On the outside, Hariba. They've burnt off now. Clocker to third, and here's Primacy putting in a run quickly. A length for the back, Spanish Mix running to 5th from Street Ruffian, Elanon, King Marauding, Palace Rain, Chemin Fur, Star of Maple. Up before the bend, 350 out. Sequalo just in front. On the outside, Hariba, and now Primacy further out with Spanish Mix. They're racing quickly to Sequalo. Hariba's gone. They turn, and Spanish Mix and Primacy hit the front from Sequalo. Then a gap to Palace Rain. Out in the centre, though, it's Spanish Mix in front from Primacy and Sequalo. Then Chemin Fur, but Spanish Mix is starting to come away, and the mare's too good. Spanish Mix is going to win the Manikato 2.5. Second, Primacy. I think Chemin Fur got third, the bolter. Just ahead of Palace Rain, fourth. Star of Maple made good ground. Sequalo weakened from the turn. A gap in the race to Street Ruffian. Further back then was Clocker, followed by Hariva, who carved right up. With him is Elanon, and near the tail is King Marauding.
Number 12, Spanish Mix, $12.90 and $2.80. 1, Primacy, $3.10. 5, Chemin Fur, $8.80.
Number
Actab there, number 12, Spanish Mix, to return $6 the win, $1.35 the place, 1 Primacy, $1.90, and 5 Chemin Fur, $4.40.
Has come away to win. Number 12, Spanish Mix, in 110.6, a 10th only outside the race record, and the last 847.2. Number 1 is second, Primacy, ridden by Pat Payne. And the judge has called for the photo for third. And we've got the outsider, Chemin Fur, number 5, figuring prominently in this photo with Palace Rain, who's come from second last. And number 5 gets third, Chemin Fur, number 5. So it's 12, 1 and 5 to the Manikato, 12, 1, 5. Palace Rain is fourth, making up a lot of ground. And Sequalo, who's led, had plenty of pressure on him, has run into 5th placing.
Bless the good sports. Our next event coming up very shortly. Sydney, race number 6 on the program there. Just under 10,000 in the win pool as we speak. And number 1, Big Dreams, is 4.30, 164. Keltrice is the favourite at 3.30 and 2 even. 6 is Stormy Region, 7 and 2.50. Number 7, Burst at 6.50 and 2.20. And 8, Flitter, 4.60 and 1.50. With 9 there, Mingling Glances, 15, 2.80 and 10, Dame Win at 16 and 3.30 with selections 1, 4, 8. Race number 6, Sydney, will be going to Ian Craig very shortly with the call of that event.
Number 1, 4.30 and 1.50. Third pick, number 8, Flitter, 5.10 and 1.80. Previous race going to number 2, Lament, ridden by Nigel Seymour in a rib-tickling finish. Beat number 6, Crimson, by an eyelash, a nose, and number 4, Silent March, ran third. The Premier Stakes last year was won by Clocker, ridden by Mark de Montfort, beat Flitter and All Our Mob. And the 2 years prior to that, it was taken out by Joanne. Last year, the Premier Stakes was run at Canterbury. 1200 the journey, and in they come. Skillful Star getting ready to move forward. And Burst away from the line at the moment, ridden by Larry Olsen. Mingling Glances, a little money at longer odds for Mingling Glances.
Correct weight, Melbourne.
And just about all in. Starter coming down towards his stand. Mingling Glances moving up again. She looks to be right, and I'd say they're all set for the main race of the day. 1,200 metres, the Premier Stakes. Ready to run, the starter's on his stand, has the button, poised to press aim. And the racing in the Premier, a level start it was. Stormy Region now goes straight to the front from Keltrice. Big Dreams third. A little over a length away next, Clearly Chosen, Mingling Glances, followed by Skillful Star, Dane Win. Burster's second last, and Flitter drops out last, about 8 from the leader, Stormy Region. At the 750, Stormy Region a length and 3/4, nearly 2 Keltrice, a half to Big Dreams on the rails. As they come down the side of the track, about a length and 1/4 off next is Skillful Star. And then Mingling Glances Dane Win clearly chosen at about 2.5 to burst a length. The Flitter up past the 600 they run on the Premier, and Stormy Regent makes play from the Victorian Keltrice. Big Dreams and a Zip Fastener third, followed closely then by Skillful Star, Mingling Glances, and Clearly Chosen is next as they round the corner. Flitter going through on the inside at the 400 and past it, and Stormy Regent in front from Keltrice. Big Dreams in the third spot, about to get between the two leaders, but not a lot of room at about 2 lengths to Flitter. At the 200, Big Dreams gets the run along the rails. He's after Stormy Regent and Keltrice. It's Stormy Regent still in front. Big Dreams is cutting him down. Big Dreams and Stormy Regent. Well, here's another head bobber, and from this awkward angle it's very difficult to line them up. Big Dreams, Stormy Regent, Big Dreams, either way from Keltrice, and then Clearly Chosen, Flitter, followed by Dane Win. A break to burst, Skillful Star, and last, near enough to it, Mingling Glances.
1 Big Dreams, 175.55, or number 6 Stormy Regent at 4.30 and 150 with 4 for third Keltrice to return 1 even.
We hate trying to pick something in a tight finish such as this, and the two of them have hit the line absolutely locked together. Looking at the close shot, the ground shot, which I might add in race 5 won by Lament, the close shot showed Crimson winning by about a short head. Lament won by a short half head. Here it's almost impossible to pick between them. We're looking at the longer shot now as the heads bob, and you'd think that Stormy Regent has got the money in the middle. If the long shot can be taken as an accurate guide, and it can be related to the long shot in race 5, which indicated Lament, it looks like Stormy Regent, yes, and he's got it. Number 6 is the winner. Stormy Regent, ridden by L. Cassidy, is first. Number 6, Stormy Regent, has paid $9.90 and $2.50. Number 1, Big Dreams, ridden by C. Carmody, second, has paid $1.70. And number 4, Keltrice, ridden by Wayne Trelaw, third, has paid $1.60. At the moment, you people watching on the television in your homes or in the clubs, pubs, TABs, have got a much better idea in tight finishes than what we have in the broadcasting boxes. In a bobbing finish, a half a head was the winning margin, with a short head between second and third. Half a head, a short head, 1:10.29. 1:10.29 the overall time. And that is outside Joanne's record, 1:9.31. The last 600 took 34.5. He looked as though he was going to go on with it, Big Dream.
128 even. A length and a quarter, a short head, 1:12.81 in correct weight. Perth, sub-race 7, Sydney 11 monopolised, set Melbourne.
Racing this time. Over on the inside, Munition bounced out quickly with Direct Star. Magical Storm going back further out, Gourmet Lady. There's Gold Heat and Party Dancer showing speed, heading up towards the front when they settle down. Gold Heat on the outside goes up and heads off Direct Star. Party Dancer moving forward around Gourmet Lady from Perfect Prospect. Skyrocketing Star, Trimmings, Munition the fence from Queen of Melbourne a little wide. Then Vision of Fame, followed by Magical Storm, and last of all in the race is Meridia Spirit. Into the back they go, and Gold Heat in front, a length and a quarter. Party Dancer second. Ahead further back on the inside, running third, Direct Star. 2 or 3 then to Gourmet Lady fourth, and they're followed by Perfect Prospect on the inside of Skyrocketing Star. Queen of Melbourne's caught out 3 deep, a length. Trimmings, a half. Munition further back, Vision of Fame. In the middle there is Magical Storm, and 2 or 3 Meridia Spirit last of all. At the 850 turn, Gold Heat 1.5, Party Dancer, Direct Star third the inside. First 848.2. Then Queen of Melbourne is off the track around the outside of Gourmet Lady from Skyrocketing Star. Magical Storm starting a run now from Perfect Prospect. Then Trimmings, Munition shuffle back on the inside from Vision of Fame and Meridia Spirit. Only 4 lengths covering this field at the 500 now. Party Dancer puts the pressure on Gold Heat. From on the outside, Gourmet Lady and Queen of Melbourne still wide. 1.5 further back, Skyrocketing Star trying to get out, and a Magical Storm around the outside from Direct Star back to the inside. Gourmet Lady hit the lead now from Party Dancer, 280 out. Magical Storm after Gourmet Lady. She's closing now on the outside. Then Queen of Melbourne, and further back Meridia Spirit. Magical Storm the favourite. Race to Gourmet Lady, 150 to go. They brushed. Magical Storm, Gourmet Lady from Mission out late. Running home well, kicking back on the inside, Gourmet Lady, and Gourmet Lady has come back to beat Magical Storm. 2 lengths third is tight between Munition, and on the outside Meridia Spirit. Then Direct Star, and further back Perfect Prospect. Then Trimmings, Queen of Melbourne. Further back in the race then Skyrocketing Star, Gold Heat, followed by Party Dancer and Vision of Fame.
Winner number 4, Gourmet Lady, at 10.90 for the win, 3.10 the place. 6 Magical Storm at $1.70 for third. 1 Munition at $1.90 and the other one, 14 Morelia Strike at $9.60.
On the act tab there, number 4, Gourmet Lady to return $5.35 and $1.35. Number 6, Magical Storm, $1.05. 1 Munition at $95 or 14. Marula Spirit to return $9.25. Don't forget, from Monday, act tab back in the Super Pools.
And she came back again, Gourmet Lady, and she's been able to, down to the post, I feel, nose out Magical Storm. And third, we've got Munition and Marilla Spirit, which has come from the back of the field. Gourmet Lady the inside, and Magical Storm. Gourmet Lady just to get it here. Number 4 after the photo. Number 4 gets it. Number 4, Gourmet Lady from 6, Magical Storm. And the judge calling on the photo for third, we've got Munition and Marilla Spirit in this photo for third placing. 4, 6 and a further photo for third placing.
Triple S, Canberra's Sporting Connection.
Win TV providing a direct telecast of this 7th event at Rose Hill, part of their Wide World of Sports program, as we join Ian Craig for the call.
About gate 3. Sir Bernard standing well. Pardue Bay is right. Ockelmass right. And they're all set now, ready to run. This is the second last. Big field about to break. Off this time, and Musashi a little slowly away with Ockelmass and Wholehearted, and past the ammo, one of the early leaders. Pardue Bay jumped out well and moving up very quickly as Itchy Palm. Sir Bernard will head the lot of them off, and not far away is Sloshed, and a great go for the lead from Jim's Bet. And out off the track next as they settle down is Red John, a length and a half to Mere Idea, and then comes Monopolize, the favourite, who's locked away about 3/4 of a length further back as they race down the side. Roadie's Kid, and then Runaway Ron and Wholehearted. Smart Dresser, Ockelmass, Asteri, Starkus and Musashi. 600 left to go, and here's a travel race for the lead, where Sir Bernard joined in front by Red John, a length the Slosh, then Jim's Bet, Pardue Bay, Itchy Palm. Roadie's Kid past the ammo, getting back a little, followed by Mere Idea. Monopolize centre fielded and getting a lovely run up on the inside, and tagging him through is Ockelmass. Now Red John runs to Sir Bernard at the 250. Here's Monopolize into the clear now, and the heavily back Commodity is sprinting quickly, then Itchy Palm and Ockelmass not getting a lot of room, but Monopolize races to the front. Roadie's Kid trying to pick him up, and then comes Musashi, but it's all Monopolize. Monopolize in front. Runaway Ron will get up for second, but Monopolize defeats Runaway Ron and Musashi from Roadie's Kid, Red John and Mere Idea, Itchy Palm, Ockelmass. Then Asteri, Starkus and Sir Bernard, Pardue Bay, Wholehearted, Smart Dresser, Sloshed. Jim's Bet followed by Past the Ammo back at the rear.
Double to pay $63.
Act tab 11, Monopolize, 180. The win, 1 even. The place, number 13, Runaway Ron to return $2.95, and 6 Musashi, $2.65.
And we'll pay $3.20 and $1.80. $3.20 and $1.80. Number 13 will get up for second, Runaway Ron, Craig McCarthy, and it'll pay about $17. And number 6 for third, Musashi. Big run. Musashi didn't jump all that quickly from a wide alley, and it'll pay $4.80. Riding exceptionally well, this expatriate Queenslander Glenn Boss, and he made up valuable ground from midfield on the run up to the corner aboard Monopolize. Was able to dash him through a narrow gap to see daylight around about the 320, and the horse has done the rest. 11, 13 and 6 Monopolize, trained by Graham Begg for Neville Begg and Partners Syndicate, managed by Neville, his wife, and Miss Carmel Begg, and Mr. J.U. is the other owner, by Rubiton from Gay Rosalind to Bay Gelding 4, and brilliantly ridden by Glenn Boss. 13 second
on
runaway.
Flitter today. That's exactly right, Bear. I'm going to have a flutter on Flitter. I can only just get that out. She's a quality mare, this one, Flitter. She's won in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and she resumes from a spell today in the Premier Stakes. And you'll see that race on the Wide World of Sports. It's the first leg of the double in Sydney. Flitter will get back a little bit. Horses like the Melbourne Speedster Keltrice will be up in front, but I reckon Flitter will mow them down in the run home. In the second leg in Sydney, I like number 7, Pardue Bay. He's another big finisher, resuming from a spell. In Melbourne, we've got the Group 1 Manikato Stakes as the first leg of the double, and in that, I reckon Alanon can stage a little bit of an upset. I thought he was quite unlucky last start when he was trapped deep. He's got a better barrier today, and another one for that amazing veteran, Angus Armanasco. Number 9, Alanon in the first leg, and in the second leg, number 1, Munition. She was just nosed out last start at Moonee Valley a fortnight ago, and I think she can make amends today. Good luck, good punting. Thanks, Bear.
Good, Ken, thank you. I'll stay here in the studio slaving away to bring you updates throughout the afternoon. It's a tough job down in the snow. Somebody's got to do it. Here's Ken and Max.
Thanks, Ian. Well, on today's show...
Okay, well, more from Perisher shortly, but in the meantime, the #1 race in Australia today, the Group 1 Manikato Stakes from Moonee Valley. Now, the betting as the horses parade behind the barrier is Primacy at 10 to 1. Palace Rain is one of the roughies at 20 to 1. King Marauding at 14 to 1. Street Ruffian at the same price, 14 to 1. Shemin Defer is a roughie out to 50 to 1. Probably get out a bit more before they jump. Manrebo was scratched this morning. Sequalo, a hot favourite at 2 to 1, hovering between 2 to 1 and 7 to 4. Not much in it. He's the hot favourite. Norman Weymouth, the jockey, Hariba, probably a little bit over there. He might come into about 11 to 2 before they get away. Michael Clark, the rider. Eleanor, a good chance at 8 to 1. Greg Hall, the rider, I've had a few bob on him. Same price, Star of Maple, Shane Dye. Clocker from Sydney marked them on for the jockey at 7.5 to 1. And the John Hawkes trained Spanish Mix to be ridden by Stephen King is out from 12 to 1 to 14 to 1. They're behind the barrier. They're in the barrier, actually, about to go. Here's John Russell in Melbourne.
Lights are on. Ready. Set. Ready to go. They're racing. Great Dispatch 2 on the outside. Street Ruffy in the first at. Sequalo began brilliantly. Eleanor was fast away and getting out smartly. Also Hariba just in behind them. Going forward up on the outside. Clocker. 1,000 metres left to go. Sequalo tackled for the lead by Hariba. Going very fast. Street Ruffy in behind them. Then Clocker in that leading group. A length and a half further back as Eleanor followed by Primacy around the outside. King Marauding is back on the rails. A length and a half further back as Spanish Mix. 2 lengths to Shemin Defer. Palace Rain is second last. And Star of Maple last of all. Down the side. Sequalo on the inside of neck to Hariba. A length and a half to Clocker being followed by Primacy. In behind them Street Ruffy and Eleanor hard ridden. Spanish Mix is making ground there, followed by King Marauding. A length and a half. Palace Rain followed by Shemin Defer and Star of Maple. Up near the home turn, Sequalo by head of Hariba. Primacy coming home well on the outside. So is Spanish Mix with a good runner. At the head of the others came Clocker, hard ridden Eleanor, and back behind them Palace Rain from a long way back and Street Ruffy. And as they straighten up, here comes Spanish Mix on the outside coming at Primacy. Sequalo is beaten. Spanish Mix on the outside takes the lead halfway down the straight, is clear of Primacy in the final stages, and the mare Spanish Mix is drawing away for a big win. Spanish Mix by 2.5 lengths to Primacy. Shemin Defer might be third from Palace Rain. In behind them Sequalo. Star of Maple was a huge run coming from the back, and then came Street Ruffy, and back behind them Clocker, Eleanor, Hariba, and last home is King Marauding.
1 and 5. Spanish Mix $17.10 and $4.20. Primacy $3.20. Shemin Defer $7.50. In the AFL, 3 matches on this afternoon. Progress scores, quarter time. It's Collingwood over Melbourne, 3 goals 4 to 2 goals 1. St Kilda's playing Footscray, quarter time score there. The Saints in front, 4 goals 3 to 2 goals 1. And Fitzroy playing Geelong at quarter time, 2 goals 3 to Geelong, 3 goals 4. Okay,
this is the Premier Stakes, the top race of the day at Rosehill, standard weight for age 1,200 metres. And as I told you earlier, I've had a flutter on Flitter. #1 Big Dreams is at 3 to 1. Skillful Star, a little bit too short for him yet. He can find something easier. He's at 40 to 1. Restitution is a scratching. Kiltreese up from Melbourne. Very popular with TAB punters. He's showing $3 exactly, odds of 2 to 1. Not quite as short with bookmakers. Clearly Chosen is at 25 to 1 into 20s on the tote. That's way overs, and you'll find there'll be plenty of money on that before they jump. He'll probably come into about half that price. Stormy Regent is at 9 to 1 into 8 to 1 on the tote. Larry Cassidy, the jockey on Stormy Regent. Normally leads. I did hear a whisper that he might be held up a little bit today. We'll wait and see. Burst, the Golden Slipper winner of a couple of years ago, having one of her last starts now. She's to go to stud next month. Burst is owned by the Kelly family of Newhaven Park, is at 5 to 1. Newhaven Park, of course, being one of our leading studs in not only in New South Wales but in Australia. Flitter, my tip, give her strength. She's at 9 to 2. $5.40 on the tote for $1 investment. She won the Doomben 10,000 in the winter up in Brisbane, and Glenn Boss is riding her today. I think that she'll get back a little bit, but she'll storm home. Mingling Glances, another mare resuming, very good mare, in from 25s to 20s. Might just be able to find something easier after another run or two. And Dane Wynn, a 3-year-old who's going to be a very, very good 3-year-old, probably in distances of 1,600 metres or 2,000 metres, likely to find this a bit short. Dane Wynn is at 15 to 1. Chris Muntz down from Brisbane is riding Danewin as we pick them up behind the barrier there now. That's Mingling Glances in centre screen. She's ridden by Rodney Quinn, and last year at this time she won races on Melbourne Cup Day, Caulfield Cup Day and Cox Plate Day. So that was a unique treble. She didn't win the big races, of course, but she did win races on each of those days. That's Flitter behind her, Glenn Boss the rider. She's a brown, almost black mare. She's a game little thing. She just keeps coming and coming, and if you're on her, don't you give up, because she'll keep storming into the race. There's number 10, Danewin. South Sydney colours almost there. The red and the green, or the cardinal and the myrtle as they call them. Chris Muntz taking him into the barrier now, followed by Skillful Star. Skillful Star, one of the roughies. Mel Fitzgerald, the jockey. There's Burst over in the background. As I said, this is one of her last runs, either this run or one more, and then she'll be off to stud. She's a 5-year-old. As a 2-year-old, of course, she won the Golden Slipper about 2.5 years ago. And there goes Mingling Glances up to join the line. No, she doesn't want to quite go in yet. She's the only one out. Rodney Quinn gives her a second go. I think you'll find she goes in this time. Yes, sirree. Now they're all set. We're just waiting for the starter to come round. Here he goes to get up on his stand. Bill Dale's the starter. It's over to our caller, Johnny Tapp.
Movement in the gate. All sets for the Group 3 Premier Stakes. Good field, great race should be the outcome. Ready? Off and running in the Premier. There's a magnificent start. Stormy Regent first to break that line of horses, and he's going to lead early over Kel Treese and Big Dreams as keeping them bobbing in the early stages. Then Clearly Chosen, who's throwing the head about, followed by Danewin and Skillful Star. Mingling Glances trapped out deep. Burst is back second last, and Flitter on the fence last of all in the run to the first turn. Stormy Regent is clear under a big hold, led by a length and a half to Kel Treese on the outside of Big Dreams. A length away Skillful Star. Clearly Chosen on the fence. Danewin between horses 3 and 4 deep. Mingling Glances. 2 to Burst and a half length away Flitter as they come to the turn. 500 out the leader Stormy Regent. A length on Kel Treese. Big Dreams third on the fence. Skillful Star is now under some pressure. Out deep Mingling Glances, followed by Clearly Chosen Danewin. Flitter saving ground on the fence, and Burst is hooked to the extreme outside as they turn. Straightening up Stormy Regent, the leader. The Victorian Kel Treese is going after him. Big Dreams in third place, followed by Clearly Chosen. Stormy Regent the leader by the 200. Kel Treese getting to him. Big Dreams are squeezing up on the rail. Kel Treese, Stormy Regent, Big Dreams. Stormy Regent has the head in front. Big Dreams on the inside is driving as they go to the line. It's awfully close. Stormy Regent and Big Dreams in a real head bobber. Kel Treese wide out is only inches away, followed by Clearly Chosen, and then Flitter Danewin, followed by Burst and Skillful Star, with Mingling Glances at the tail of the field in the Premier.
Well, they went that slow in that, even though they've run 110 plus, that you knew coming to the turn that the first 3 horses into the straight were going to be the first 3 horses at the finish. Now that's Stormy Regent in front. Big Dreams coking up along the inside. Kel Treese has had enough. He can't run a strong 1200. Stormy Regent in the blue. Big Dreams poking along the rails. As they hit it from that angle, perhaps Stormy Regent has just hung on, but there was a bad result earlier when we all thought a certain horse had won and had got beaten in a similar angle. So we'll wait on the judges' print there. Very, very close between Stormy Regent, TAB number 6, and Big Dreams, TAB number 1. Just checking them. If Stormy Regent wins, he'll pay $9.90 and $2.50. Big Dreams will pay $4.40 and $1.70, and Kel Treese's place dividend number 4 is $1.60. Stormy Regent got it in the centre. The winner, number 6, Stormy Regent, $9.90 and $2.50. Number 1 second, $1.70, and number 4, Kel Treese was third, $1.60. That was the first leg of the double in Sydney. A break and then more on the wide world of sports.
Yes, at Rose Hill, 6, 1 and 4 the numbers. Stormy Regent $9.90 and $2.50. Big Dreams $1.70. Kel Treese $1.60. AFL, 3 matches this afternoon. It's still half time between Melbourne and Collingwood, and Melbourne in front by 1, 7 goals 5 to 6 goals 10. The other games have kicked off again. St Kilda trailing Footscray. They build a handy lead, 11 goals 5 to the Saints 5 goals 7, and it's Fitzroy and Geelong, and Fitzroy in front by 2, 7 goals 7 to 6 goals 11. Well, the US Dream...
Well, less than 2 minutes to post time for the next race at Moonee Valley. We'll be back to Perisher shortly for more snow sport, but in the meantime, let's look at these Moonee Valley prices. 6 Munition, Party Dancer at 6.5 to 1 or 13 to 2, Perfect Prospect at 11 to 2, Gourmet Lady at 12 to 1, Gold Heat at 25 to 1, Magical Storm at 4 to 1, Greg Hall the rider been very well backed in the ring, 7 to 1 Trimmings, Greg Childs, Skyrocketing Star and 9 to 1 chance, Leanza is a scratching, Queen of Melbourne is at 13 to 2, 6.5 to 1, Vision of Fame at 66.0 to 1, Direct Star is a 30 to 1 chance. Peter Hutchinson has got the ride there. Of course, you remember he won the last Caulfield Cup on Fra. Little Domineer is a scratching, and Marula Spirit, Michael Clark. Michael's won a Melbourne Cup on Attalac. It's at 50 to 1 and is a roughie. The race is over 1,600 metres. It's a turning track at the Valley. There's been a rain in Melbourne during the week, but surprisingly, the track is very good today. It's a fine day, as I'm sure everyone in Melbourne will point out to me. TAB number 14 over there is Marula Spirit. Michael Clark's mount in the background with the sort of aqua colours and the red cap. Marula Spirit, as I said, is a roughie, a 50 to 1 chance. As we see them file into the gates, this is a 1,600 metre race. It's on a turning track most of the way. I've tipped Munition, who races in blue and white with white striped sleeves and a white cap. And the one that's been very well backed, Greg Hall's mount, Magical Storm. If you're looking for her, she's in white with a green sash with black sleeves and a black cap. She's trained by David Hayes, who of course held off Lee Friedman to win the 1993-94 Victorian Trainers Premiership. I think that David's won it about the last 3 years, and his dad Colin won it about the 18 before that. So they're certainly keeping it in the family. David's runner here, Magical Storm, has had 14 starts. She's only won twice, but one of them was her last start at Flemington when she stormed away to win by 4 lengths, and that no doubt has enticed some of the support for her today. Okay, they're just about all in. We'll see that flashing light. Time to go down to the Valley to our caller, John Russell.
Race number 8 on the card here, Moonee Valley. Lights are on. Set. They're off. Great start too on the inside. Munition the first to bound out with Perfect Prospect. Direct Star began well. So did Gourmet Lady at fast. Gold Heat and coming across from the outside. Party Dancer and Skyrocketing Star. Trimmings is in behind them. Queen of Melbourne a bit further back. Dropping back in the field. Magical Storm. And she was being followed out on the outside there by Vision of Fame. And Marula Spirit has dropped back to last. Rounding the first turner. Gold Heat has taken up the running at the 1200. Led by a length to Party Dancer on the outside of Direct Star. 2 lengths further back as Gourmet Lady. A length to Perfect Prospect. Skyrocketing Star over on the outside, Queen of Melbourne. Trimmings is in behind them, followed by Munition. A bit further back, Vision of Fame. And they were followed second last by Magical Storm, who's awkwardly placed at that stage, Magical Storm. And last of all, Marula Spirit. Coming down the side, 800 to run. And the leader, Gold Heat, over a length to Party Dancer, half a length, Direct Star. They're followed by Gourmet Lady. Moving up on the outside is Queen of Melbourne to the picture. Being trailed up by Skyrocketing Star. A bit further back then, taken off the fence to go around the Magical Storm, making ground as they pack up down the side. They're followed by Perfect Prospect. A length further back is Munition, who's buried in the field, and the field is tightly packed coming up towards the home turn. Party Dancer raced up on the outside to tackle Gold Heat. Queen of Melbourne joining in. Gourmet Lady is there also. They're followed by Skyrocketing Star, Magical Storm, but Gourmet Lady has taken the lead on the home turn, about a length to Queen of Melbourne. Magical Storm on the outside, followed by Party Dancer as they straighten up. Gourmet Lady is the leader. Magical Storm down the outside, running on solidly is the danger. Magical Storm takes the lead, and Marula Spirit flying home with Munition. And on the inside, fighting back, Gourmet Lady. Gourmet Lady on the inside, kicking back. I think she's just won, Gourmet Lady, from Magical Storm. Tight for third, probably Marula Spirit ahead of Munition. Close in behind them was Direct Star, Queen of Melbourne. Perfect Prospect and Trimmings behind them. Skyrocketing Star, Party Dancer, Gold Heat. And last home is Vision of Fame.
Previous at Moonee Valley, 4, 6 and 14, 11.50 and 3.10 for Gourmet Lady. Magical Storm $1.70, Marula Spirit $8.80. In the AFL, 3 matches this afternoon. And Melbourne playing Collingwood. It's a close one. Melbourne in front by 2, 9 goals 7 to Collingwood, 8 goals 11. St Kilda and Footscray at three-quarter time. Footscray by 10 points, 12 goals 8 to 10 goals 10. And Fitzroy playing Geelong. Three-quarter time there with Geelong in front, 9 goals 17 to 8 goals 10. Now, in case you missed those PGA...
Into the barrier for the last, or the second leg of the double, I should say. We've just got time to duck through these prices. Mr. Dora's a scratching, 20 to 1 Sir Bernard, 25 out to 30 to 1 Red John, 20 to 1 Asteri Starkus, hampered by a bad barrier, 11 Swat